everyone, welcome and welcome back to my channel. My name is Wadzanai Mercy and this is Inside Out. I'm so excited to be hosting this conversation today because we've got a very incredible young lady who everyone has been talking about and wanting to know who she is, what she's about. So I'm so honored and so excited that we've got her in the studio today. Ruvimbo Dzumbira, how are you?
I'm good, how are you?
I'm so good. It's so good to see you.
So good to see
Thank you for honoring this invitation. We're so excited to have you. For those who don't know who this is, Ruvimbo, a couple of weeks ago, just over a month ago, hosted an all-women's running event called HerMiles that sold out. I think less than a month within her releasing the tickets. Within 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
Just to bring it out there. Within 2 weeks of having released the tickets, she sold out the event and she hosted a very phenomenal event that went viral on social media and had such a big influence and an impact on women. The sisterhood is proud of you, Ruvimbo. How are you doing?
I'm okay. Still recovering.
I can imagine, because that looked like a lot.
It was a lot of work, yeah.
I can imagine. So we're gonna dive deep into everything that happened that day and just organizing and who Ruvimbo is as well. Everyone wants to know who you are. Okay, so can you tell us a bit about who you are? How old are you?
My age.
Yes, okay. Always comes up.
Okay, so my name is Ruvimbo Dzumbira. I am firstly a Christian.
Okay.
I love God.
I love that.
And He's the one who has enabled me to do the things that I've done. So when people ask about me, I always sit down and say, okay, like, who is Ruvimbo?
Yeah.
I never really get to ask myself and answer those questions. But Ruvimbo is a Jesus girl. I love God, as I've said. But I'm also a marketer. I love marketing.
Okay.
And I think that everything that I've done has stemmed around my passion, my love for marketing, and my passion and my love for nice things.
Okay.
I love nice things. My dad always says, I'm his most expensive daughter. I just like nice things. I like things that look pretty. I like things done well, and I've kind of worked towards that over the years.
Even in your career.
It doesn't happen overnight. So, yeah, that's a bit about me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. How old are you?
Oh, how old am I? Oh my goodness.
Because I know people always want to know.
Ask me that. So I'm 23 years old.
Okay.
I was born in 2002, so I'm turning 24.
Oh, wow. Yeah. And that's incredible for your age. How did you do that? We'll dive deep into that. We still want to know about Ruvimbo the person.
Yeah.
What did you study? Because I think a lot of people had the question of what qualified you or what qualifications did you have? Is it career related or was this event just passion related? What did you study? What is your career about? Yeah.
So I don't think my career has a title.
Okay.
But I did a Master of Arts in Social Public Policy and Business Management. It has nothing to do with anything that I'm doing. In fact, I started my business before I went to uni. I started in lower 6, form 4, something there.
And what is that business?
So I started off, I used to sell braids with my best friend.
Okay.
So we realized during COVID that a lot of the uptown people don't like going into town to buy hair. And at the time, because there were no braids companies or anyone who sold braids on the other side, we decided to be the bridge between the uptown people and that. So that's
you're
how
we'll go downtown for you.
Yes.
Okay.
So we used to go against the car and we'd go collect braids and deliver them. And then I think from there, my best friend Ponyeso told me, she said, so throughout running our business, she realized okay, you're leaning more towards the marketing side of things. You love customer service. You like making the logos, making the the posts on Instagram. I mean, they weren't the best. I went back to them and I was like, I can't believe
what was I doing?
What was I doing? But from then on, she pushed me and she said, you know what, you're a good marketer. And I said, okay, fine. I tried. And then from then on, I started my media marketing agency, Ray Media House.
Okay.
And that's where all the magic has happened. So HerMiles is just one of the many things that I've done. It's just like a For me, I'm like, okay, HerMiles is done. What's next? What am I doing next? It's just a snippet of everything else, but that's where I started.
Okay, so the parent company is Rain Media House. That's your main business.
That's my business, yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine. So let's go on to HerMiles. Understanding HerMiles and Hype Nation. HerMiles is sponsored by Hype Nation, correct?
Sort of.
Okay, what's the correlation between HerMiles and Hype Nation, and who is Hype Nation?
Okay, so Hype Nation is the biggest ticketing and timing platform in the country.
Okay.
So ticketing, we just normal, you know, your everyday events. We mainly ticket our marathons, so we sell our tickets on our platforms. So all like your big marathons are sold on our website, like the CBZ one, Nyaradzo Marathon, and many others. And then
this is your business as well?
So yeah, I run
You're a part of it?
Yes, I'm a part of that.
Oh wow, okay.
So we do that. So you're ticketing for all your events, and then the other side is timing. We electronically time your marathon runners, your 5K, your 10K runs. We electronically time those because so what happens when you run is you need, for you to know how fast you ran, or for you to even be able to win any sort of like prize, competition or anything like that, you need an official time. And so there was a gap because you can't use stopwatches for all 2,500 runners.
Yes.
You have to have a way to electronically time. So Hype Nation is a timing and tracking and ticketing company. And so all these years we've done all of these marathons and we've timed them. But I think recently we decided, okay, fine, we need to move on to the next stage because we've been at marathons, we know how they run, let's do our own run. Okay. So usually we're just a service provider for timing, but because we said, okay, fine, we've learned how to do this, we know what a marathon needs or a run needs, let's do something for women, let's do something nice for women, let's do something excellent for women, and shift the way people view running in Zim. And I think we've done a pretty good job at that.
No, we have, certainly.
Yeah.
Okay, so I mostly knew Hype Nation from like concerts.
Yes.
So you guys also you mostly do marathons.
Yes.
But you also do other events.
Yes.
Okay, so should people have an event with multiple different people, they can come to you for the ticketing and for the, oh, nice, okay.
Yeah.
So that was gonna be my next question, to say why running, but now it makes sense because you guys are already in the marathon space. So now you were like, okay, we're always helping other people, let's host our own now.
Yes.
Why women only?
So I've always done women only things. So I started with exec branch.
You're part of that organization as well. Okay.
So I love women. I think that's where I'm called to be. I've tried to work with the other gender. Okay. I've tried, but I found that I think that's just where my passion is.
Okay.
And that's what I was born to do. I was born to do women related things. Of course, I am in male dominated spaces too. But I think women I thought to myself, they deserve a space of their own. That's not, the usual, concert or whatever. I want them to do something that contributes to their overall health and well-being. And so for me, it was running, walking, and also we're in that industry anyway. So it was like
Is this an idea you always had in your heart? And I mean HerMiles, or is this something you guys just came up with and you're like, oh, this is a great idea, let's run with it?
So it wasn't, so for me personally, it wasn't really like, so I always wanted to do like a big event for women.
Yeah.
But I didn't know what that looked like.
Okay.
I moved to Zimbabwe last year in October from uni. So when I came back, my older brother was like, we've wanted to do this run because they were here running the business. They've been running the business for 7 years.
Okay.
7, 8 years.
Really?
So he was like, I want you to do this, and I think you do a good job at it. And I can't lie, like it looks like me. It looks like just me, when you see me on the social media pages and everything. But HerMiles is a contribution of different people put into one. That I've created this space. So that's just what it was. He was like, okay, let's do it. And I was like, okay, cool, let's do it. So since last year, we've been planning back and forth, wake up at 2 a.m. and he's awake, pass each other ideas, and we talk about it, we plan, then we go back to drawing board again. So it's been different people contributing to this one vision that we have, and that's HerMiles.
What was the initial vision in terms of numbers? Because I know you guys kept releasing tickets because there was like such a great demand. You probably did not expect when you first had the conversation that you'd be hosting 2,000 plus people. What was the initial vision?
So I think for me, I am big on faith. That's what my name means.
Okay.
And I don't think small. So when we talked about HerMiles and numbers, I think we agreed on 1,500 or 2,000. Okay. I'm trying to remember what it was, but I think it was around 1,500, 2,000 people. And so we did it. And then 2 weeks, so we started selling tickets in February, I think. Yes. And 2 weeks later, they were sold out.
Yikes.
Oh no, bummer. Like, people. That's why we added the 500, but we didn't have a plan. We didn't plan that we would add the 500. We just wanted 2,000 people that we could manage because it was our first event. And so I was like, my brother was like, okay, we're adding more. And I was like, calm down. And then we ended up adding more because, it's okay. Yeah. It's okay. So that's how we got to 2,500.
That's crazy. That's insane. Yeah. And you sold out within 2 weeks.
Yes.
This was in February.
Yes.
For May.
Yes.
How did you do that? Was it marketing or what? Or was there just always a desire in people for this? What do you think accredited to that?
So I think it was a combination of different things. I think the first thing is the suppressed need that people had, that women had, that they never voiced out. But we saw that there was a need after. We're like, okay, fine. People actually want a space like this. And so I think that's just it. It's a combination of different things. To be honest.
So there's grace.
Yeah.
And the anointing. Yes. And then there's your marketing. Yes. And then there was the need.
Yes. So I think the marketing also played a big role. But I would say Hype Nation already has a very big database of us. So imagine one company wants to do a raise. We already have, for example, 2,000 people's details of 2,000 people's following. And then the next person also has. So we have everyone's database. Most of the running community in Zimbabwe, we have the database. Okay. And they follow us because they know almost every run I go to, Hype Nation will be there. And Hype Nation time. So we have that following already. We interact with these people on a daily basis. And then I think the marketing. I'm a brilliant marketer.
Okay. So anyone who needs marketing should just come to you.
Yeah, but not everyone though.
Okay.
Not everyone. Okay. But yeah, I think I'm a good marketer, and I think we had some good strategies going on. We had amazing partners that are already in the fitness industry. Okay. So we had like the likes of like Miss Chindia, Chengetai, Munisi, yes, and then Eve's Wellness, she's done marathons. Yes. So that they also brought their communities to HerMiles.
So collaboration.
So a combination of all these different things into one that made HerMiles. So I can't really take credit and say it was all my marketing, or Hype Nation can't take credit and say it was all, their work, whatever. It was a combination of different things.
Okay. Yeah. Let's talk about naysayers. Yeah. Because I'm pretty sure with a big event like that, you had a lot of naysayers, a lot of negative comments, people that didn't believe in you. What negative comments did you get before and after the event, and how did you handle that?
I think, do you know what? I don't really focus on that. So I can't really, give you like a specific statement or anything that was said. But there were people that were side-eyeing. Okay. Oh, why do you guys want to get into the, event management space when you just run marathons? Stay in your lane. Who's the person behind this whole thing? Do they know what they're doing? Things like that. But to be honest, that was not my.
Did you know what you were doing?
I did.
Okay.
I did know what I was doing.
Or were you just winging it as you were going?
Do you know what? I did know. I did know what I was doing, but I think for every event, for anything that you manage, especially events, it's on the job. Even with the next HerMiles, it's on the job. It's you learn as you go. There's some things that you plan, you do all of these things, but there's some things that you never know are going to happen until they happen. An example is we didn't expect that there'll be any like sort of accidents or anything. Okay. But on setup day, on the Saturday, we put up barricades and fencing and all of that people collecting their race packs and everything. And then a barricade falls on someone's car and it damages their car. I could have never imagined that something like that would happen. Now I have this cost of this car that has been damaged.
To be fixed.
Exactly, and it has to be fixed. So I don't think that there's anything I could have preempted that we did. You know what? It was just on the job, but we knew.
And you just have to show up as everything happens. You prepare as much as you can, and the things that are out of your control, you just show up.
Yeah, I'm a firm believer of that. If it's not in my control, then listen,
I'm just a girl.
Yeah, I'm just a girl. Yeah.
Okay. So we've talked about leadership. What was the biggest leadership lesson you've learned during the HerMiles experience?
Conflict resolution. Oh my goodness.
Okay.
Do you know what? I think I learned two things: conflict resolution and how to manage my emotions and my feelings. Because Hype Nation has about 11 guys, and then I'm the only girl.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
you're organizing a women's event. Okay.
And so women are very emotional beings.
Yes.
And so I've had to learn how to conduct myself around men.
Okay.
Because men are not emotional.
They are.
Except God helps them.
Okay.
Naturally. Men don't really, they don't handle themselves. They don't handle the emotions or situations the way women do.
Okay.
And so I had to learn that very quickly, because my brother he's not an emotional person. So if something happens, I feel like crying. He's thinking, okay,
how do we resolve this?
Exactly.
Yes.
Women, we like to cry first, and they're like, okay, fine.
And then gather
now
yourself
I can
and
listen
then
to you. And then we come up with a solution.
Okay.
So I had to learn to handle myself. And then conflict resolution. Like, you're gonna fight. My brother and I are always bickering. We fight, we make up, we fight, we make up. And that's just how it is. And everyone else, there are times where, we really bashed heads. Just because we disagree on maybe a color that's supposed to be used on the branding, whatever it is, But I've also learned to stand up for myself and be very outspoken. I think it's important, especially with people as young as I am. In industries where you're dealing with people who are way older than you. You have to learn to stand up for yourself. You have to learn to be resolved in what you believe in and not allow people to sway you. I think that's very important, but there are times where I'll just run back to my dad and say, listen, help me.
Okay.
So I think those are the three. I'd say two. Those are the three lessons I learned: conflict resolution, how to conduct myself around men. Those things are very, very important, and standing up for myself.
I like the one on standing up for yourself because in doing something like this, you're working with a lot of external contractors, men, and all of that. And I want to and things like that. So I think I really appreciate that, and I think that's really good nuggets.
Yeah, but it's hard, hey?
I can imagine.
Because sometimes
telling someone to one no
exactly. There were calls I had to make, and the guys at the office know once I get involved. So I tried my best. They tried their best
to manage it without.
But the point that they were getting to, they're like, you need to step in. And it's hard when people are older than you and they think they know more than you and all of these other things. Or there are people that I was dealing with that maybe changed my nappies at some point.
Okay.
I was like, I know you changed my nappies, but I'm gonna tell you what to do. Yeah.
Okay. So there was so much purpose and so much heart to this event. It was more than just logistics.
Yeah.
How do you maintain that heart even when you are hosting 2,000 plus people? It's so easy for just 100 people to get lost and not enjoy the experience in the heart of the purpose of the event. How do you still maintain purpose when dealing with big numbers?
I think I had to remind myself all the time. Like, I would literally sit down and say, okay, what are the HerMiles values?
Yeah.
What are our pillars? What do we prioritize? Because there were times where someone would call, or someone would have a question or a concern, or they would come, and it was just frustrating. Like, I think the day before the event, I was just a loose cannon.
Yeah.
And I had to remind myself, I had to sit down and remind myself constantly, this is why I'm doing what I'm doing. This is who called me. Because at the very core of it, for me, that's what it's about. It's about who called me, who gave me these instructions, and why am I doing what I'm doing.
Yeah.
So even in the handling all these people, I had to come back and ground myself. And I think what I also learned is to remove myself from situations when I know, okay, it's getting out of hand and I'm going to come out of my character. Because it's so easy to just, for me to come and say, you know what, like, I handle it like a pro. Not all the time.
Okay.
I think there were times where I had to remind myself, this is what I'm doing. It's for 2,500 plus women. This is why I'm doing what I'm doing. I'm doing this so that women feel loved, women feel valued, women feel cared for, women feel beautiful, women feel that they can actually do something with purpose and come back and at the end and say, you know what, I ran, it was 5Ks, but I still did it. I didn't think I could. You know, you had mothers who had just given birth.
Yeah.
And come and say, you know what, I didn't want to come because I just had a C-section. I don't think I can move, but I did it. And I did it at my own pace. I did it in my own time. And I was still celebrated at the end of it. And so those are the things for me that kept me going and kept me grounded, kept me humble. There were slip-ups at many points, but you know what? I'm just of the belief that God perfects us over time. And it's not a you know, a 24-hour thing. It's in the process that he perfects us. And so for me, like the biggest, I always tell people, HerMiles, it was a blur. The day was a blur.
Yeah, I actually want to go into the day. What time did you wake up that day?
I woke up at around, so I went to bed at 2.
Oh, wow.
So I went home for a bit to change and everything. Around 10, I was up at like 12:30. And then I took a little nap in the car, but I was at race course this whole time. And then I was up by 2, 3. I was up. So that day it was a complete blur. I didn't even have time to change.
Yeah, because there was the pictures of you're in your coach, and I'm like, this girl looks exhausted. How do you still, usually when you're hosting something, it's so hard, whether it's a wedding or an event, whatever, it's so hard to actually enjoy the day and the experience. How did you maintain, or how did you ensure that you still enjoyed your day?
I think, did I enjoy the day?
Did you enjoy? That's the question.
I'm not sure. I don't know if I did. Because I felt like a fly on the wall. Like just watching everything happen. But there would be moments where I'd come back to reality. I'd see women laughing, smiling. Like, okay, cool.
This is the reason.
But to say that the actual day I was immersed in everything that was going on, it would be a lie. I wasn't. I detached myself so that I could execute to the best of my abilities. I removed myself from, I didn't even dance. I didn't. A lot of people were telling me, oh, we enjoyed the cookies at the end of the thing.
And you're like, what cookie?
I had to actually ask the lady that baked the cookies to make me a separate,
another batch, just to know you get
cookies that people were talking about. Because I removed myself from everything so that I could serve. But I can't lie, there are times that I just run away and sit in the car. I didn't get to change. I was in a coach, I was in a cab. And it wasn't because I was trying to, you know, be different. I just didn't have time to change.
No, we love it. What other questions do I have for you? What else can we expect from Hype Nation and from HerMiles? You've got your next edition coming up, your next series coming up in October. Tell us about that.
So we are hosting the second edition of HerMiles in October. We sold over, I think 65-70% of the tickets.
Oh wow.
Those are all gone. There's over 2,000 tickets.
Oh wow. What numbers are we thinking of this time around? You wanna say we're
going for 4K.
Woo! Okay.
We're going for
same
4K.
venue?
I don't know.
Exciting.
We might change. We might change it up a bit. I want to change. I think I want a venue with more space. Just to give people more to do. I really want everyone to enjoy the October one, especially those that missed out.
How is it going to be different this time? Is there anything different that people can expect?
So I haven't really gotten into, you know, the specifics of what I want the event to look like. That's all still in the works. After the race, I slept. I slept the whole of June, to be honest. I slept and I rested. And I think July, if you check our socials, there'll be more information on what exactly is happening with HerMiles in October. But I'm really excited about this one. I think it's going to test me.
Can you say, I don't want to give out too much, but check our socials in July. Yeah.
Okay.
I don't want people to start thinking that I'm
Yes, okay.
Yeah. Okay.
So I don't want to give out too much about what's happening in October. But if you do check our socials, our social media handles, so you can check out the Hype Nation one, just Hype Nation ZW on Facebook, on Instagram, and then HerMiles by Hype Nation on Instagram and on Facebook as well. So you can have a look at that, and then I'm sure in a few days, few weeks, we'll have some
more information for us. Okay. So before the big event, I kept seeing other smaller events happening. How I would just then see event like how do people then know about that? What are those events about? Is there like a subscription or what? Is it open to everyone? What were those smaller events about?
So those were pop-up. So we decided, because we started selling our tickets so early, we started in Feb. We didn't want people to kind of forget about HerMiles. And then remember it
just before the event.
And we wanted to have ensure that people kept moving, people were doing something active, the months leading up to HerMiles. So it was basically like a build-up. We posted it on our socials. Everyone, yes, we did. It's just, we also have a WhatsApp group with over 900 people. So I post there first. But like it's actually like a difference of maybe like 2-3 minutes. And then I post on everywhere else. But usually those things sell out in 2 hours.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
And
so
yeah. No, that's fine. So HerMiles, what else does Ruvimbo do? What other events can we expect from you? Or are we doing HerMiles for the rest of the year? Do you have anything else coming up this year?
So we have After Dusk happening on the 18th of July. So it's a night run. Yes, it's an evening, some evening run.
Are you a fitness girly?
No. Yeah, so that's why I was saying we had to involve people in the fitness
who are fitness,
because I'm still working on that side of things. I do go to the gym, but I'm not a fanatic. I'm not crazy about it. I think for me it's about wellness more than anything else. I'm still working on my journey in the gym. I just have an issue with like not wanting to do things by myself. So I just feel like if I go to the gym, I just look really silly. It's just me. So I'd want to go with a friend. So I'm not really like a fitness girly like that. But I manage events. So
I hope you made a lot of money from this event with all the stress you went through.
Do you know what?
You're happy. You're sitting pretty.
Someone asked me, how much profit did you make? And I said, all the profit was just seeing women well, seeing them happy. And that was it.
Are you for real?
Yeah.
Do
you know what? With events like this, we pumped in a lot of, funding into ensuring that it was a good experience, especially because it was the first one. So there were a lot of investments that we had to make. So we
as the organizers,
sacrificed making a profit just to make sure. But that's also the reason we increased the prices for
this second edition.
It has to make sense.
Financially.
Sense. It has to make some sort of sense. Because people need to eat at the end of the day. But I'm not really like an overnight microwave kind of person. I trust the process. I respect the process. And hopefully in the next edition we'll make money. But the profit was seeing the smiles, and I was like, okay, cool.
We love it.
Something.
We love it.
But in terms of the numbers in the bank,
what is something that something so surreal that happened on the day? You had some high profile people there. What else would you say? This was so surreal for me. I did not expect this.
So I think on the morning when we just started, I kept getting calls on my phone. So I didn't have my phone most of the event. But the ladies who had my phone and were keeping my phone came to me and they were like, Bardo Road is literally like blocked. And I was like, what? We shut down Bardo Road?
Oh, wow.
That's crazy. So I went out there and literally it was crazy. And I think when you see the cars, it's different. It's like seeing the people. So just like, what?
Because I think when you see tickets, it's like, okay, 2,000 tickets. But when you then see 2,000 people and then maybe 1,000 cars, that's different.
As in, people were parking like all the way like down Bardo Road. I was like, that's just crazy. And I stood there. I went outside. I was like, what?
I did that.
That's crazy. It was just I think for me that was the surreal moment that I had. It was just, okay, this is actually real. It's actually happening. Especially because I was so out of it on the day.
Okay.
It was just a nice, okay, we actually did it.
Yeah.
Because once everyone went around, you didn't see them until they were coming back. And then when I went into the route with the guys from Jato, because they just come back, they were doing the lead cars. And then I went through the route and everything, and I could just, all I saw was pink.
Oh, wow.
And it was crazy because all I saw was pink. And then after the event, you'd walk into Pick and Pay and there's pink. And then you'd go to a restaurant and there are ladies wearing pink. It was just crazy that like we managed to pull that off. I think for me that was that's when I was like, okay, fine, we did
this.
Something.
Was impact. No, we love it for you.
Thank you.
And we look forward to all the other events that you guys will be hosting as Rain Media, as Hype Nation, as HerMiles. We're in full support. Like I said, the sisterhood is proud of you.
Thank you.
And we're here for it. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Any last words to young people in business, women in business, or anything?
I think the one thing I will say, because I've gotten this question so much, is how do I do it? How do I do it when I'm young? How do you do it? A lot of comparison. I think sometimes when people see, a person that's maybe doing well and they're trying their best, they put pressure on themselves to do exactly what maybe I'm doing or what someone else is doing. And I always tell people on Instagram when I do that question and answer thing, like, don't come and steal from my notes because you don't know what I've done to get to where I am. You don't know who's making it happen for me. I got that question a lot, especially after I moved. People are like, okay, you just moved and you're doing all of this. And I think for a lot of people, I had to be honest because social media can make you think that a person is living a life that you think they're living and they're not living anything close to that. And I had to tell people, listen, when I moved, I had cushioning. I don't have to pay rent. I still don't pay rent. I still don't pay for my car. I didn't pay for my car. I don't pay for food at home. So I had the comfort of knowing I had the privilege of taking risks. And I think sometimes we forget that being able to take a risk, being able to say, you know what, I'm going to put all my effort, exert all my finances into this one thing and hopefully it comes out. That's privilege. There are people that aren't able to do that because maybe situations, circumstances, their upbringing or their current situation at home, whatever it is, they're not able to take that risk to say, okay, fine, I'm going to do this thing. So I think sometimes we can be too harsh on ourselves. Be kind. I'm just 23. I'm just 23 years old. And it's a small percentage of people that may be able to do maybe what I've done at 23 years old. But there's nothing wrong with doing it at 25. There's nothing wrong with doing it at 30. I had grown women, same age as my mom, coming to me to ask me, how do I do it? What am I meant to do? I'd be like, don't hold me.
I'm just a girl.
I'm just a girl. But I think it's just to say, don't put pressure on yourself if you know that firstly, your circumstances and your situations are different. That's not to say that you can't, but it's just to say be kind to yourself and trust the process because there's a lot of waiting involved in the things that I do. The times where I sit and like, hey, what am I doing this for? I don't need to be doing this. Like no one sent me to do it. But I think it's in the waiting that you learn. It's in the process that you learn. Because again, like I said, HerMiles, that day was a blur. But that process of starting up till the actual day before,
it was so fulfilling.
That's what was fulfilling for me. For me, it wasn't. It was okay. I saw the ladies; they were happy. They were, full of joy. But that's not what was fulfilling for me. I literally after the event, I said, you know what, God, thank you for allowing me to go through that. I wouldn't have wanted it for anyone else. Thank you for choosing me to go through it. Thank you for choosing me to be the one that was crying and stressed and all that, because in that's what made this. And it's not in the pretty Instagram pictures, it's not in all of that stuff. The process is very ugly.
I can imagine.
It's so ugly. And I think sometimes people get pressure. Social media, they see you, they're like, oh my gosh, you're doing this. I want to do that too. But the process is ugly to the point where sometimes you're in the process already, you're in the process of doing that thing. But maybe because you've checked your neighbor and your neighbor is done and they've gone through the process, you're like, no, I just want what they have now. But don't be afraid of the process. Go through it. Submerge yourself, immerse yourself in it. You know, feel the pain, cry, go through the stress, because that's then what makes you. It's not the pretty, it's not the reposts on Instagram, it's not the videos going viral. You know, I looked at those TikToks, I was like, okay, cool, thanks.
This is pretty, but
this is nice. But the process, the process was tough, but I learned a lot, and I'm still learning, I'm still growing, I'm still being molded, I'm still being corrected. I still have to submit myself to authority, to correction. There are days my brother would be like, because I'd be like, oh, okay. And he'd correct me. And then things would go wrong and would fix it. And it's in the process that you're built and that you're made. And a lot of us, especially now, we want to jump the process and skip the process. And when you skip the process, don't ever like desire to skip any sort of process. It's a lot of people, for people that are doing well, and this is the last thing I'll say, for people that are doing well, there are people out there that they do it and then they become successful so young and they do it cleanly. They say, nah. You know, any negative, you know, any sort of attempts to try and skip the process inside. But for the majority of people, you're going to have to weather the storm and go through the process and be pruned and be perfected and be burnt and be chiseled until, you know, you become. It's just a small percentage. I was telling my best friend the other day, I was like, how many people are actually like me, in the sense that they come out of uni, they've already started their business, they know what they're doing, they know what they want to do with their life. It's very rare. But there are people like that. But it's not everyone. So don't put pressure on yourself to be like, remember, there'll only be one of me. There's no other person that can ever be like me. So don't even aspire to be like me. Like, don't want my life, don't want the things that I have, don't want the things that I've done. Want what you want for yourself. Want what God wants for you. Fall in line with your purpose, your plans for your life. And you'll say, okay, fine, okay. It didn't work out like Ruvimbo's life, but it worked out like
perfectly fine. What's a nice life.
And that's just what it is. So don't put pressure on yourself, man. Like,
I love that. And I think for me, looking at you, we went to the same primary school.
You didn't tell them you were my teacher.
Yes. We learned at the same primary school. And I've seen you even then, and then even in high school, you were the head girl, deputy head girl, and even just following you on socials, even all throughout your university, you are naturally a tenacious person. Leadership has always been inside of you. So even when I saw that you were the one hosting this, and I attended like the exec branch, the second edition, and you organized that so phenomenally. So even when I saw that it was you organizing, I was like, I'm not even worried. Like, I think that's the perfect person. Your age, that's just a number. Because honestly, for you, I know your work ethic, your excellence and everything. So I think for you, this was a long time coming. And there's only so much more ahead. This wasn't just a fly-by-night, you were a chancer. No. So congratulations.
Thank you.
And we look forward to supporting you even more.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for coming today.
Thank you for having me. It was lovely speaking to you.
Okay, everyone, thank you so much for watching until the end. My name is Wadzanai, and I hope you enjoyed the episode. Please do like, comment, share, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. Mwah.